In an unprecedented episode in recent US political history, Senator J.D. Vance experienced a spectacular downfall in the corridors of the White House when he was summarily asked to leave a high-level meeting by an official speaking with the full authority of the presidency. The image of the young legislator, his face flushed and hands trembling as he gathered his papers, was instantly circulated across social media and news outlets. Far from a mere personal slight, that moment triggered a chain of events destined to redefine not only Vance's trajectory, but the nation's political balance of power. J.D. Vance's rise is the stuff of modern legend, from a working-class youth in Kentucky to best-selling author and public figure. In 2016, his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, a candid account of poverty, addiction, and disillusionment in America's Rust Belt, captivated readers nationwide and thrust him into the political spotlight. His talent for voicing the frustrations of forgotten communities earned him frequent invitations to cable news panels, where he translated the grievances of rural America into terms that coastal elites could understand. Donald Trump, ever on the lookout for strategic allies, recognized Vance's value early on. Although Vance had harshly criticized Trump during the 2016 campaign, by 2018, he publicly championed the administration's economic and immigration policies. Bolstered by presidential favor and multi-million-dollar backing from tech mogul Peter Thiel, Vance secured victory in Ohio's Republican Senate primary and took office with a pledge to revive manufacturing jobs in the Midwest. His first legislative initiative, which aimed to reopen shuttered plants, garnered rare bipartisan support and fueled speculation about his suitability for higher office. Yet power tends to change people. Former staffers recount how Vance's once accessible persona hardened into pragmatic calculation as he replaced longtime aides with seasoned Washington operatives. Policy clashes, first over rural infrastructure spending, then over trade initiatives affecting his constituents, festered beneath the surface of his alliance with the Trump White House. The breaking point came in a private meeting in the West Wing, when Vance openly challenged key trade policies, arguing they harmed Ohio's workers and threatened to withhold support for forthcoming legislation. Senior White House advisors deemed it an act unforgivable disloyalty. Ordered to leave on the spot, with no option to reconsider, Vance gathered his documents, the full weight of his fall sinking in as cameras recorded his flushed departure. Hours later, in his Senate office, Vance recorded a resignation video with puffy, red eyes and a quivering voice. Vance's strategy revolved around grassroots engagement, 22 town hall-style meetings across 5 states, from Pennsylvania coalfields to Michigan auto plants and Wisconsin dairy farms. Alongside him stood an eclectic advisory board, a former union leader, a small business advocate, a rural pastor, a tech entrepreneur, and a retired general. Funding came in small increments, $5 and $10 donations from everyday Americans, and surprising large gifts from disaffected Silicon Valley investors, a country music star's benefit concert, and private Wall Street backers uneasy with rising inequality. So, within 2 months, the Common Ground had offices in 30 states, hundreds of local chapters, and a landmark rally near Cincinnati, drawing over 50,000 attendees. No definitive victor emerged, but the contest crystallized the nation's divide. 2 competing visions of America, one rooted in manufacturing and social responsibility, the other in high-tech progress and exploration, now vie for the hearts and minds of a deeply polarized electorate. As the dust settles, the question remains, which path will define America's next chapter? In the days that followed, both movements embarked on rapid reassessment. J.D. Vance convened his newly forged advisory council to translate post-debate momentum into legislative blueprints, focusing on bipartisan bills for rural broadband, vocational training grants, and small business tax credits. Simultaneously, Elon Musk intensified a future-forward outreach, unveiling pilot programs for renewable microgrids in underserved regions and announcing a scholarship fund for STEM students from low-income families. Major media outlets tracked fundraising tallies. Small donor contributions surged for Vance, while Musk leveraged deep-pocketed backers to underwrite national advertising buys. Pollsters recorded shifting allegiances in key swing districts, with undecided voters weighing blue-collar economic security against a tech-driven growth narrative. Meanwhile, Republican and Democratic strategists reassess their own platforms, scrambling to integrate or counteract elements of each insurgent agenda ahead of midterm elections. Political commentators speculated on potential coalitions. Could Vance's A Common Ground caucus work with centrists in Congress? Would Musk's A Future Forward allies capture enough seats to influence technology and energy policy? As both leaders toured separate regions, Vance in factory towns, Musk at research campuses, the nation watched closely. Their duel had moved beyond rhetoric into tangible policy proposals, setting the stage for a transformative realignment in American politics. CRIES.